Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to today's episode of The Misdemeanor on a brand new time slot, Friday. Very excited for today's new time slot to see what kind of energy it brings. Saturday's like chilling on the weekends. Friday's celebratory because it's the end of the week and now you get to relax for the rest of the weekend. I'm gonna like this energy, I can already tell. And you all found the place okay, so. Before we begin, BT Bollinger, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 8 months. We love all our subs, don't we, chat? Thank you so much for subscribing. Oh, man. Another proud member of the Rack Pack. Let me go ahead and see how everyone's doing.
That's
Greetings and salutations, my fine crew.
Hello.
Who are you?
Yo ho ho.
And
a bottle of rum.
What did you say, Hunter?
I said, who are you?
Yeah, that's what I thought I heard. That's yeah, that's what I thought I heard.
When year are we supposed to be in Misdemeanor or Astral?
Oh, Misdemeanor. You guys left the Astral.
Hell yeah. I mean, we hadn't actually left the Astral yet
That place.
at the end of last season. Or at the end of last episode, but we can pretend.
Oh no, the portal was created once the blood. Ow! Sorry, my finger like hurt all of a sudden.
Yeah, we gave him blood, and you were like, and we'll have to see what happens on the next
did I?
exciting episode of Misdemeanor. Yeah.
my apologies. Yeah, the
That's
portal
okay.
was no.
A portal happened.
I'm sorry if I said it that way. The portal was created, and you guys are free to leave. So.
I'm anemic now.
We got home safe. Everyone's
And
fine.
it's
Everything's
fine.
good.
Yes.
Yep.
My apologies. I sorry if I made that more like, but really what happens? No, it's you guys are back home. I'm very sorry about that.
Okay. Transition too. I was I'll prick my finger with my earring, and the robot dude was all like, "No, give me your arm."
No, it's
No, give me all of it.
yeah, no. Yeah, so just a little update on that. Because we just had Astral Academy yesterday with the Inevitable as well. Well, no, the Inevitable asked the Astral Academy, this was before the blood was you guys gave the blood for the brain sample of a wizard.
Right.
And got it. So now
Oh my God.
the Inevitable has the brain sample of a wizard. You guys gave it the blood of a sorcerer, so now it has mastery over arcane magic.
I hate that.
Is that bad?
Anyways, so you guys step through the portal.
I hate that so much. I hate that.
Not our problem
horrendous.
anymore. We're back in the for reals world.
You know, the for reals world. That is such a fucking like plainer way of like being like, that's not real. This is the real world.
It's fine. I heard the gobos are up to all kinds of shit. I'm delighted to leave. Let's go.
I don't know what the term is for it, but I don't think you can be like that in 2021. Like plainest, I guess. I don't think you could. I don't think that's allowed anymore. Oh boy, good stuff. Good stuff. I'm happy that someone is back in IO so we can see how. I think I'm gonna make a note, but I think I've been thinking about this for a little bit of what to call the plane that Io's in, because it's not the Io plane, because Io's the planet, and it'd be kind of fucked up to be like
the for reals world. It's okay. You can steal that from me.
Dodger, you're just like, I know where this is going, and yes, I give you permission.
I understand you don't want to like steal it from me. I'm here to tell you it's totally fine, and you should absolutely use it.
Let me tell you that, man, I already settled on a name, but if I didn't, the for reals world would definitely be
Great.
what it would have been. The prime plane is what I'm calling this. the yeah. So
I mean, that's basically the same as the for reals world, right? That's basically the same language.
well, here's the beauty of
Different
D&D. Here's the beauty of D&D, right? Is if Alis becomes like a famous astronomer. That's stars, right? That's not horoscopes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Astrology is.
Woo! Okay, yeah, I accidentally kept calling astronomy astrology one session, and I had both chat and YouTube comments being like, "Why is this guy so dumb?"
No. It's easy to get them confused.
It is really. It
is very easy.
Yeah, there's just a lot of people face palming in chat being like, every time he says astrology, I die a little inside. But yeah. So yeah, no, Alis could become some sort of like famous astronomer and be like, and we live in the for reals plane, and then that could be like literally the canon of IO. I mean, that's just that's the beauty of D&D.
Any new goals?
If you discover a creature for the first time, you could be like, I think I'm going to call that the poop monster, and you're like, I don't think you should call it that, and you're like, well, I found it. I wrote it in a book. That's what it's called.
I'm positive this is what Alis would call it as a boy of science.
As a boy of science.
Positive.
Oh my god. But I'm happy to have you guys back in the on the planet of Io. You step through the portal. I'm assuming your visit to the astral plane, the astral veil, has ceased, and you are heading back through the portal, correct?
Tight. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh yeah.
Please.
Walk out of there.
The depression plane. And so we will begin with you all stepping out of a newly appearanced portal. Armstrong, you step out first as you show up with Nicholas trying to get this oven up. He'll turn over
on
to you
the top deck, Nicholas.
He'll turn over and be like, that was quick.
Armstrong pays no mind to him and removes his boots and falls to his knees and kisses the sand.
Brett, don't forget our new crew member.
Oh yeah, that's right. He stays behind.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
What?
I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Oh god, bad joke.
We worked so hard.
I know.
What do you
rolled good and everything? God.
Sorry. It's the game difference. The difference between the two games that I hold on. Dude, I
suddenly worked up.
Just saw it. Where is it? You were
I 10, Brett. I'm about to be up to an 11. Where is he?
I'm looking for the
token. Can't have a found family game if we keep losing the family.
You've lost one family member and they requested to leave.
Oh my god. Why would they say that? There he is.
Shen walks out of the portal and vomits immediately onto the sand.
Oh god. No.
Well, you know what they say. Don't portal and drink.
Literally no one says that.
He looks up to you. What is that up there? Looking up to the sun that is like beating down over onto him. It's so bright over here.
I don't have suns where you come from.
Not so vibrant. He'll stumble around a little bit before. Is this door open or do you leave your door closed to your house?
It's probably not locked.
He'll open the door and go inside the darkness for a little bit. Just to like settle. Because it is extreme. You definitely could tell there's like a bit of a sunlight difference. There's a bit of a light difference between where you were at the Vale and here back on Io.
I didn't even think about that.
But yeah, so Nicholas is gonna hop down, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, that was quick. Are you okay?" Asking asking the crew, looking at Luna.
How long's it been exactly?
If I were to venture a guess, I would say 30 minutes.
Wow.
30 minutes.
Dookie shook.
Luna looks at Nicholas and is like, "Do you like anvils?"
Alis will climb onto the ship desperate to get away from that conversation.
I haven't really given much consideration.
Because I might have a special anvil for you
Oh,
later.
well, thank you. His face lights up immediately, liking anvils.
He loves anvils now.
It's like,
Loves the
you like
shit
anvils?
out of
You
anvils. He loves it, dude. Alis, as you begin to walk on deck, you will hear the tattering of footsteps, like a rushed footstep, as Wood Gnome comes above deck. Is somebody there? Oh,
Yes,
you will see
just us, Wood Gnome.
you will see Scrum wrapped around Wood Gnome's head. He came back a few minutes ago and he won't get off me. Get him off me.
I'll gently take Scrum off of his head.
It's like grabbing hold of the head that is Wood Gnome at this point as you're trying to gently. He's just squeezing on for dear life. What did you do? What did you do? This was you, wasn't it, Leighton? As he says, screaming over the boat.
Shut up.
Now, he's been trying to get me from the beginning.
Just gotten back and you're already yelling.
What? He looks over at you, just a little below your height. He's been trying to kill me this entire time, and then suddenly this squid appears and leaps on my head, doing God knows what.
I assure you, if Leighton wanted to kill you, he'd have done so by now.
Leighton, with one hand, just cracks all of his knuckle, just like very slowly.
Wood Gnome thinks about that for a moment. Yeah. That checks out. That sounds about right.
Alis is going to set Scrum down on one of these barrels, and now knowing that Scrum is like potentially, essentially a 24/7 camera. He's gonna just like make eye contact with his one giant eyeball and just kind of like stare at him for a minute.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Stares
Scrum, you
back.
tell us if something was odd about you, right?
He looks
Where
up
did
at
we
you.
end up with that whole mess?
I took books to be able to try to put together a spell to sever the connection.
Right.
So,
Right.
oh, which reminds me, Alis will walk back over to Wood Gnome and say, I need you to build something for me.
Wood Gnome is straightening out his little beanie hat, like just flustered over the fact that Leighton, was going to kill him and then realized, Leighton could kill him if he wanted to, so obviously he's not. And then Wood Gnome nods a little bit, and then like this realization washes over his face that, by the gods, Leighton could kill me if he ever wanted to. Maybe I should be kinder to Leighton. He'll look up
Are
to
you
Alis.
listening?
What?
Thought process.
Alis, my favorite boy. How can I help you? Looks at Leighton, looks back at Alis.
Apparently you're very distracted with Leighton. Perhaps I can help you get your mind off of it. And he's going to sketch up this fucking thing.
Oh, God, you're doing it,
This-
aren't
I knew
you?
it. I
This
knew it.
fucking thing.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew
The
it. I knew
seven
it.
tabs open at once.
If you want to show it on stream. feel
Yeah.
free.
No, absolutely.
I'm
gonna.
so excited.
All right. So during the week chat, oh my God,
Someone linked this to me and tagged me with just Alis.
I love it.
It said Alis needs one of these.
All right.
It is a 300-year-old library tool that would let a researcher have 7 books open at once.
I thought this was. I thought this was
And
for
we
the.
were like, we need to have Woodno make this.
I thought so. I thought this was for the boat, and then I realized, oh god, that's where you put all the books. Oh god.
It's
Yeah,
for
like
books.
the steamboat water wheel thing, right? That's what I thought too.
Yeah, that's
It
what I
would-
thought it
That's
was.
totally what it looks like.
The
Yeah.
aesthetic is like really good for being on a ship.
Yeah,
I agree.
absolutely.
It absolutely is.
So,
So, yeah.
you sketched this up. So you just like you had okay. How? What would be like
What I was going to say is that
Yes.
maybe they had one of these in the academy and he saw it and was like, oh my god, I need one of those. And is trying to like recreate it on paper, like draw it out and
You
show
mean
it
the
to
quill
Woodgnome.
erases the ink? Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of half smirk on her face.
Yeah.
Where she's just very amused by
Yeah,
this. And
yeah,
so
yeah.
she kind of steps up and she's like, I've been doing more woodworking these days. I wouldn't mind helping if it would go faster with two
What am I
people."
looking at? What is this?
It's for holding books, he says, obviously being the subtext.
Looks
Look,
back.
it's like a carousel. You can
Right.
have multiple books open at once.
Right.
And then if I need one open, I can leave it open and then I can pull on it. and then it
Woodgnome
will take me
yawns.
to the next book.
Right.
Look, I don't need you to care about the books or what it's for. I'm asking you whether or not you can make it.
I mean, looks back at
Alis will look at Luna with all of the energy of a little brother who's like so hopeful.
I'm gonna
it
put her hand on Woodgnome's shoulder and is like, Woodgnome, this could be really fun. I mean, it might, take your mind off things. You're really good at woodworking. Like, you've made some amazing stuff.
hold on. And with that insight check, Woodgnome will squint at Luna. I've noticed a trend with this crew. It's yell at Woodgnome until you need something from Woodgnome, and then everyone's all nice and friendly. Woodgnome.
You call yourself a wood gnome and you can't even build a 7-book rotating book holder.
Look, last time I built something for the boy. Points at eye patch. So I'm a little hesitant. I might go blind this time.
Well, I'm just saying I've met wood gnomes that could make just about anything out of wood. Don't know why
There's-
you're calling yourself wood gnome if you
There's
can't
no
make
way
something
you've met
simple.
another wood gnome. There's no way you've met another wood gnome.
You don't know what I've been.
Fine, I'll make your damn wheel with and read all your books, you little nerd. God, and at that point he'll begin to just walk off downstairs.
Alis will like pause for a second and look at Luna and say, but I use the last thing that he made all the time.
You did.
Surely he's not mad at me about that.
I'm just assuming he's still cranky from whatever happened when Scrum tried to take the rat out of his throat.
Oh, Scrum! He'll like stand up again and walk back over. Yeah, Alis wants to like try to do some checks to like identify if there's like an alternative kind of magic in him or something. Basically, like he wants to start laying the building blocks of what he needs
course.
to research.
Let's go ahead and do an Arcana check, please.
Okay, come on, big money.
And those building blocks.
17.
yeah.
Oh. With those building blocks placed. So what are you trying to figure out / do in this action?
I need to identify.
What is your desired result?
I'm trying, I guess, like in the most basic form, what I'm trying to do is
Yes.
identify what magic is Scrum and what
Hmm.
magic is something else,
Okay. So with a
so that I can
17
sever that.
and proper analysis and understanding what you're actually looking for this time, there is divination attached to Scrum. That is all
Okay.
you're able to spot at this time. But
Okay.
as you know, divination does allow for the ability of scrying. What the source of the scrying is from, you cannot tell yet without further analysis. You kind of have to go with what you've been told up to this point. If you
Okay.
want to, if you decide to.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, on that note, Armstrong's just like, well, it's a good thing we decided to give up on that whole Deep One search. After what we learned in the Astral Veil, you know, there's just no point in pursuing that lead anymore.
Scrum
Oh, yes. That's very true now that we know there's something much more important for us to be doing.
Aye.
Scrum's tentacles will flail wildly as they usually do.
This is deception, by the way.
Yeah, no, I'm well aware. If you guys would like to roll your deception checks at this point. DM, I'm lying.
19.
Good lord.
Leighton,
Leighton didn't even say anything, but he's suspicious anyway.
yeah,
He just looks
Leighton, what do you say in an attempt to deceive, quote unquote, the Deep One? With a 4. Give me a bad deception. I want you to role play deceiving the Deep One terribly.
You want me to roll another one?
No, you rolled. I want to know what you say.
I think I don't know. I feel like Leighton is still a little butthurt about Scrum being evil.
Mhm.
So like, given that that Leighton basically murdered Al, which forced Levin to go into the future, essentially like just kind of makes Leighton feel like a weapon of mass destruction. So like he's just having a hard time whether or not like by raising Scrum, is he potentially like bringing doom upon us?
Right.
And so like the deception I think is like against himself more than anything. Like, is it the lie that he's telling himself, or is it, I think that's what that's what I'm trying to rationalize as to why I rolled so low.
Oh, no. That's fine. That I like that. That makes sense. So you like half-heartedly or just like, yeah, or something like that. Like you're not even making the effort.
Yeah.
If Leighton is obviously like kind of uncomfortable by this whole thing, and especially with a 4, I think Alice might notice, and go to Leighton and say, "Can I talk to you for a moment?" Over there, and like point in the opposite direction of Scrum.
Scrum waves at you.
Alice waves back, but also looks confused.
Well, you take it as a wave, but it literally is just tentacles flailing all over the place.
Okay, never mind. He does not wave back.
One just kind of looks like a wave.
I think that.
Oh, by the way, before continuing, because I don't want to interrupt this moment, flip has been enabled on this campaign, so you can now flip your own tokens.
How do you flip again?
Select your token.
Select yourself and then exclamation point flip.
Like type it out.
Whee!
I could literally hear Masae just going crazy. Also, if you press the up key, it'll repeat the last thing that you typed. So you could just do crazy flip dances like what you see over here. Everyone's just dancing down. Okay. Anyways, continue.
Yeah. So I think he would kind of pull Leighton aside, and oh my god, the music.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
He would pull Leighton aside and he would say, "Look, I know that this whole thing with Scrum is unfortunate. I don't know. It's not the right word, but I'm I'm going to try to fix it. All right? It's not Scrum's fault. It's a baby. But we might be able to sever the connection and then everything will be fine. All right?
Aye. Do your best, boy. And if you need my help, please let me know.
He'll nod.
What's going
I'm
on
not-
in Leighton's mind right now?
I think Leighton is, like I said, I think Leighton is still, like, Leighton's still pretty hammered from what just happened. Like, literally, they were just drinking, and then suddenly,
Yeah.
they went through a portal. Where did Sven go?
Oh, he went
Shen.
inside. Yeah, Shen.
Gotcha.
He went inside because it was
Yeah.
too bright.
It's way
Gotcha,
too
gotcha.
bright.
So I think like right now, Leighton's dealing with a little imposter syndrome
Mhm.
of like, you know, I think when Leighton found the crew, he was this crazy old man that like people would make fun of, and he kept trying to tell them about the evil pirates and the ship and stuff. And then like now that he feels vindicated and free, and he's kind of found this family and has a new place to find himself. I think he feels like his past is just kind of secretly still chasing him, whether he likes it or not. And not even like someone specifically, but just like the feeling of, you know, whether he's working for the Navy or if he's, you know, working for another pirate lord. Like he feels like all he knows how to do is to destroy. And the people around him, he feels like he's imbuing that. Like even though he's kind of taking Alis in his own way, I think he feels he's conscious and worried that, you know, that he could potentially influence Alis to do more harm than good. And I think Scrum is kind of the catalyst for this of like, well, you know, I think he wanted to take care of this thing as his own, but knowing that like when we went to the Astral Academy and seeing everyone react to Scrum, it definitely made him feel bad because, you know, he didn't have to reveal Scrum to everyone. He was like, oh, Scrum's my son, he's a part of the familiar team, and everyone was like, no, he's not.
Mhm.
And so I think that plus killing, you know, Al definitely has just kind of put him in a really weird headspace.
Okay.
Was that sufficient, Brett?
No, that was great. I just wanted to like, I guess so. This is going on in the back of your mind. So Alis, as you continue to speak with Leighton, unless you're trying to like blatantly hide this, but I feel like you're not. Like this, you can visibly see. You appear haunted, but in a different way. Before it was with the past of your crew and your previous crew, everything that's happened, that's been forgiven.
Mm-hmm.
And now as Captain and Lady Luck, but now this is something different. This wound is fresh. And I feel, Alis, that you can visibly see this on Leighton.
I think Alis looks concerned in a way that you probably haven't seen him look concerned before, but he's like trying to hide it. Yeah, he'll sort of awkwardly like reach out and like kind of like grasp your arm a little bit, like in a comforting gesture, and say, not very good at being a pirate yet, but I am good at reading books, so I'll do what I can do.
Aye, read away.
He'll nod and kind of hesitate, and then go down below and like start unpacking all of the stuff that he brought back with him.
Meanwhile, off in the corner, Shen is sort of like peeking over, kind of watching this go down. And you'll hear Leighton, like echo from the house, as you just see Shen's eyes peering from behind. Leighton. He'll like motion you over because he's not going outside.
going on, Shen?
All right, I'm trying to think of the exact words he would say.
I know we've only known each other for a little bit of time, but I know the face of someone who's been haunted.
And he'll
Aye,
look at-
sometimes the ghosts just don't leave you alone.
he shakes his head.
Oh, no, this is something fresh. What ails you, friend?
Well, don't know what is to be the future of this crew, but I just don't want to be a destructive force. Layton pulls out Immortal and kind of tosses it in the air like it's a piece of candy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's almost playing hacky sack with it. And he's just you know, this blade used to define me for years. For 10 years, this sword was my identity. And now that I finally have overcome the trials and tribulations that it's presented to me, it's now just a toy. And I am a giant. And I smash. And I break. And I laugh and I cry. I am a force. And whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing, it's what terrifies me. I have no fear of man, nor beast, no space baby. Nothing terrifies me. Except for myself.
Shen will just kind of look at your face and analyze it, and you just see this sort of warmth but sorrow wash over him because of everything that he's been through with Cosmikara and in his village being destroyed. And he looks at you talking about the sword, and you'll see him look off to the side and kind of do a little bit of self-analysis. And he kind of gives a sigh. He draws his sword, the blade arts that he learned while at the Astral Academy. And he just mutters,
This is wrong.
and he will cast the sword off into the corner. Just throw it over there. You hear the sound of metal clank against the crates in the corner. And he turns over to you.
I tried to become a living weapon because all of this rage and anger that I have within me, that this abomination would murder my family and my way of life. And I look at you and
He looks down.
I'm sorry to say.
And he looks back up into your eyes.
I see what I could have been. What I could have become.
And he'll just place a hand on your shoulder.
You've helped me realize something. Regrettably, from your own hauntings that you deal with now. You've shown me what I could have become. But allowed me to help you, alleviate you of this guilt. Are you a violent man, Layton, by nature?
I wouldn't say I'm violent, but I do love a good pub brawl.
He'll smile.
Have you become violent because of circumstance? Or because that's who you are?
If you'd asked me that question 10 years ago, I wouldn't have a clue in the world how to answer it.
I'm asking you now.
See, that's the thing. There's this weird, serene peace that I have. Almost as if it's my job to be violent. The fact that I choose not to be, the restraint. It's so easy to crush things with my hand, let alone my eyes and my wit. The fact that I choose not to, that is the true power that I have. Those people out there all have their own stories, their own fates. And they've helped me to solve mine. They've helped me to achieve peace. But I just... You know, I think I'm violent based on circumstances. But now I have the option to choose to be violent or not. And that is the true being of being a pirate. I have the option to do as I please. I just sometimes feel like fate doesn't let me choose for myself. As if Lady Luck has determined everything for me.
Shen will think deep in thought for you for a moment. Like he's got like he's debating something within his head. And he'll look over at you and he kind of like feels up your arm, like your muscle.
Looks like you could give a punch. Tell me, were you trained in any sort of fighting styles?
Well, you could say that I grew up in the style of wrestling. But
he'll tilt his head.
Wrestling?
Aye. Many people claim that it's fake or not a real form of practice or art, but I disagree. There's nothing more scary than a large, strong man strangling and throwing another man across the room. Whether it be for sport, for fun, or for violence.
He'll kind of like eye you up and down.
You know, there's a moment when you speak of fighting and wrestling that I see you light up a little bit. But it seems you've been using your power based off of circumstance. You appear to be a living weapon, Leighton. Brimming with power.
Either that or the wood gnome just really pisses me off.
Yes, it does seem a bit annoying.
He will sigh and look up at you.
Circumstance may have taught you to be violent. However, I believe there is another path that you may be able to take. This is a style of fighting that has been locked away in my family. I was to teach it to my son when he became of age, and my daughter. But I feared the style would die with me. Now that they are.
He looks down. but shakes his head, looks up at you at more pressing matters.
Style of...
What's the word? When you look inside yourself, introspective?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, introspection.
Yeah.
It's a fighting style of introspection. The energy that swells up within you. It has many names. Spirit, ki. But you can channel that into something positive. But it requires great sacrifice.
And he'll look over at you.
I can teach you this. If you wish to seek inner peace. And I think this style will also help you find that peace. And help others around you as well.
Layton kind of chuckles to himself. You know, it seems the common theme in my life is sacrifice, so why not give a little bit more to go a long way?
He shakes his head.
This is a sacrifice that will only help you in your life. It will grant you peace and serenity. It'll let go of the demon that's on your back.
He smiles.
It only feels like a sacrifice for now. But I promise you, it'll make you feel better and perhaps make you the leader that you want to be for your crew, your family. However, I think you're going to have to get rid of that.
And he points at Immortal.
Unfortunately, it's not that simple. See, wherever I seem to go, the sword goes with me. I'm its chosen holder. Albeit at one point the sword would haunt me. It now gives me power, but...
And how long have you had the sword now?
10 years.
He'll chuckle.
Something to think about. Is it that the sword cannot leave your side? Or something within you is binding it so that you won't leave the sword?
Think about it.
Think about it. But I can already see your destiny seems to have been forged by this blade. And I think you've built your entire identity around it. And I think there's more to you than some silly sword.
Appreciate that, Shem.
So above board, this is a character path option that you will be able to pursue if you wish, Layton.
Mm-hmm.
That Shen can teach you. By sacrificing a mortal, essentially, Shen will teach you the way of the what is it? The style of the Gith. And it essentially is a multi-classed monk and cleric.
Wait, are you telling me I'm going to be able to throw fireballs and do shoryukens?
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yo.
Kind of. Cleric, you would be able to do radiant attacks and heal.
Oh, that's cool.
Along with still being a monk.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, okay, whatever, I guess.
Yeah, let's fucking do it.
But it's obviously your choice. It would be a different fighting style than what you're used to. But in the end, that would also mean you'd have to give up Immortal.
See, above board, I actually really like Immortal. Since I got Immortal and I've been able to use it in the party side, I've actually been effective.
Right.
Like, early on, I didn't really have enough moves or power, but the sword just helped me so much that I don't want to get rid of it per se, just because it's been such a great utility for us.
Right. Well, something to think about. This path would be available to you if you would like Shen to teach it to you.
Sure. I'll have to sit in it for a while, I think.
Yeah. Obviously, it's not something that you'd want to be like, I'm doing this right now, but the option is available.
Cool.
All right. So yeah, Shen will place a hand on your shoulder. And he'll just say, think about it. He'll go to walk out and then immediately step back in the corner.
What of you, Shen?
He'll crouch over in the corner right now.
What about me?
Well, you say that you wish, or you see that I was the powerful being that you wanted to become. Who's to say that you can't still become powerful, if that's truly what you desire?
I see now what the price is.
Aye. There is a heavy price to pay. I guess the question you have to ask yourself is, if you have nothing left, is the sacrifice to that power worth it? And Leighton kind of just leaves the room to let him think.
Oh my god. Oh Jesus. I like this reversal of I don't want to become this weapon. And you're like, well, if you got nothing else to lose. and now he's like, oh. That's funny. Kyron, what are you currently doing?
Kyron's been real quiet. I don't think that Kyron would be peppy at this point. She's just kind of hanging back and hesitating a bit. Everyone's kind of crawling around doing their thing. She's hanging back.
Mm-hmm. And Luna, well, are you just standing there? Or are you like playing in the sand, Kyron, or what are you?
No, she would just be standing, kind of just watching everyone,
Stoic.
and kind of glancing a little bit. She's
arms crossed.
maybe not that edgelord, but
right.
She would be kind of glancing at everyone at the ship and the sea. She's kind of weighing her options right now.
And Luna, what are you doing?
I think Luna's a little dizzy from all the blood loss. And so she's just trying to take everything in. On one hand, she's kind of looking at Scrum and thinking about probably how Leighton feels about that whole situation. She's also trying to process all the events that happened. And I think she's feeling kind of a little bit did that really happen? Because after losing blood and going through the portal, she's just a little bit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But she's thinking maybe she kind of wants to talk to Nicholas and see how he's been, just to feel more grounded.
He's pushing the oven right now.
Oh my god, you actually moved the oven. That's pretty funny.
Walks up to him and she's like, "Do you need help with that?"
No. I
Pulls off the top of his hat, his handkerchief.
Oh, I'm fine. Are you okay? You look pale.
And Luna's about to say, about being dizzy, and then she remembers that she told him she was dizzy before, so she's like, she looks a little sheepish. She's like, we had to do a weird thing to come back. I gave some blood. Alis and I both had to lose a little bit of blood, so she's kind of like swaying back and forth a little bit.
He'll jump over the oven, trip over it. His face falls down. He's like, "Hold on 1 second. I have some. I can." And he begins like running over downstairs. And you just, Alis, you just hear from. Where are you right now, Alis?
Alis is like down wherever it is that he sleeps. I'm trying to remember.
Like
where
his little
he
separated
sleeps.
office. Well, there's like like an area where all the crew rests, but then you also have a space where you've been like writing and things like that.
No, I'm trying to remember if there was a bit where it was like Luna had an entire area to herself, and then all of the other dudes were like smashed into this one zone.
I don't think
and
we
eventually
ever
Alis,
discussed that.
I think Alis eventually moved over to be in the same room with Luna.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
I think, so yeah, he's just wherever it is that he sleeps and like tries to work on shit. He's trying to like sort of get his things in order.
So as you're doing that, you just hear from like outside wherever you are, just like running, like frantic running past, and you see just Nicholas in a blur just run over to where like all the storage stuff is, and he's just looking around, and he opens up a metal thing. He's like, "Yeah, that's it. Oh, that right there." And you just see him like frantically doing something right now.
Alis will poke his head out. What are you doing?
Luna's dizzy. That's all he says. As he tears open, you just see him. All you would see is him tear off a piece of old bread that he baked a little while ago. And he opens up a pot. And in that pot, you see that he has like an area that he heated up with a small fire to like try and cook some of the lobster that was preserved. And he just kind of like goes in, and it just, you hear like the scraping of a fork against the pot, and he slightly begins to put it over. And he's like, if you keep looking, Alis, you see him like look around, and he's opening up things that he's already begun to organize, some spices that he would have also brought on, and you just see what looks like alchemy, like you would see a mage doing. He begins like, he takes a pinch of salt and begins sprinkling it over it, and like he has this like his hand like flutters in the air as particles of salt go over. He does the same thing with a pepper, and he does the same thing, and he mutters, "It's not fresh, it hasn't been grounded properly, but that's all right." And he just kind of like
Alis has come completely out of the room at this point, is leaning against the wall with his arms crossed, looking so smug, just watching him. Like, what is this lovesick bitch doing?
And he's like, and he like kind of just like tries to smell a little bit of the lobster, and you'll actually creep the smell of some of the cooked lobster will begin to like creep over in your direction. You can smell that it's actually fresh, and it's probably the only meal that you've smelled in quite some time. And you can actually smell a little bit of butter as well on it. And then he looks around, grabs a plate, places it, and then he frantically looks for a small knife and fork, and just like does it just so right, and finds a little garnish, puts it on the side, and he nods, and he'll turn over as he holds it. He doesn't even see you. He turns over to you, and he walks forward, and he just sees you leaning smug, and stops for a second as he looks at you and locks eyes with you.
Quite a bit of effort.
I love the judgy little brother. It's so awesome.
He'll bite his bottom lip, look off to the side for a second, get a stoic, like serious look, looks forward at you, and says, "If you're hungry, you can just ask," and then walks by you as fast as possible.
Oh my god.
After he leaves, he'll smirk and shake his head and then go back in and keep doing what he's doing.
Can I just say, I imagine too that like if what Alis described about the scenario of like the bedrooms, I could totally imagine like Alis trying to get to sleep every night, but then Leighton coming in and being like, "Oh boy, let's talk about the birds and the bees."
I like that. I love that.
He just gets so sick of it and is like, "Luna, can I sleep in here?"
Well, literally, like, it was him and Lawrence and Alis, like, all shoved into one room, and then Luna in the other one. I'm sure at some point Alis was like, "Please, can I just sleep in here with you, please?"
Yeah. So Nicholas will walk up with the plate, and yeah, you'll see it's like a piece of it's like a piece of dried out toast that he's been heating over, trying to make not as stale. With the diced up lobsters, you kind of smell the butter and the salt and the pepper. And he's like, I haven't had much time to work on it, but I could probably be more effective once I get this in. He taps on the oven, but he hands you the plate.
Luna's eyes, like, she smells the butter and she smells the lobster. And she's like, she can't speak, but suddenly she's just like filled with emotions and her eyes start tearing up. And she just says to him, she's like, do you ever get tired of pretending that everything's okay? And then she starts taking a bite out of it, and she's just like, this is so delicious.
Oh my god.
You will see Nicholas look around, and as he looks at that, he almost says, if you don't like lobster, I mean, I could probably fish something later. It's just, we had so much lobster.
Oh my god.
And then and then he looks around and he sees that, and he just, God,
Luna's just devouring it, and like, tears are coming out of her eyes, and she's like, "No, this is the best. It's so good."
He'll lean over because it has only been 30 minutes to Nicholas, and he's like, "Are you okay?" He says it like that, very slowly. Are you okay? Like, what do I do now?
Luna continues to eat and cry.
Yeah.
She's just like devouring it. And then like after some time passes, she kind of pauses for a second and tries to like get it together. And then she just kind of like looks up and she feels better, and she's trying to figure out like how to articulate everything that's been going on.
Nicholas will like hesitantly hold out his hand. And he'll just say, it's okay to cry.
Wholesome boy! Oh
What
my
a
god. Sorry. God, I can't stand it.
I know I've had my fair share of tears, as he leans over, trying to be a little more stoic, but then also realizing how fucking stupid that sounded as he like looks off to the side.
Luna looks at the stove because she's thinking about like everything that's transpired, and she sees the stove and thinks, oh, mom's stove, you know, and then she remembers, she has a brief memory about her own mother, and then she looks at Nicholas and empathizes with how he lost his, and she gets really sad, and then she just reaches over and gives him a big hug and pats him on the back.
You just see him like hold his arms up like, and then like for a moment of like shock, because this is something that he would have never like done, so he just simply assumed this was just like he's thought about a moment of like hugging Luna and then would immediately like dismiss that as like, that's not gonna happen because I don't want to step over my bounds. And so when you hug him, he has this brief moment like, oh God, I just hugged her. What am I doing? And then at that point realizes, wait, she's hugging. Wait, what? And then, so there's a moment where he's holding his arms up and he looks around at Armstrong, like this expression of like, it's not me. Armstrong, what are you doing right now?
I mean, I'm giving him a look like, what the hell is wrong with you?
And at that point, Is it what is it the expression of like what do you like stop choking up, man, or is it just like what's the look? Is it like that of is it like a father who just saw his daughter like hug a guy and now the guy's like, please don't kill me, dad, you know? Or is it like fucking go?
It's like just a lot of confusion, furrowed brow and one eyebrow raised and kind of a scowl, like to say like, why don't you just act normal for 2 seconds?
And so he'll look around a little bit, he'll see the hug, and he'll just take a deep breath, and his arms will wrap around yours as well, and just like around you, and then give you a pat on the back as he goes in for the hug.
Aww.
I love this. Oh my god.
He also waits for your cue. Like the moment you release him, he'll be like, yeah, at that point, he will also do the same.
That's great. Luna looks up and just says, thank you. I needed that.
Anytime, he says as he gives a nod.
I can't tell if that was supposed to be Masae or Kyron or both. Like,
It
just
was
imagining
definitely- it
all
was-
of this happening on the boat and Kyron just like.
Now that you mention it, it was both, but it was definitely me.
Luna, what do you do
Arm-
at that point?
I think Luna feels like she wants to tell him what happened, but at the same time, she feels kind of like she had this like food catharsis already.
Yeah.
So she's just like, maybe at this point she decides, okay, well, you know, maybe I should go try to be helpful. So she decides she's gonna go see if she can help with the wood project, with like the book
Mhm.
rotator thingy. So she backs away a little bit and says like, you're an excellent cook. And then she kind of heads down towards where
Aw.
Wood Gnome ran.
He salutes.
Oh my god.
And then the moment she walks away, Kyron, you just see him saluting. He looks off, and then he shrugs and has this like self-hatred wash over his face. Like, what are you doing? And then he
Our boy just always wants to be face palming at himself.
I'm imagining like a couple where they're like, I love you, and then they salute each other. Like, what kind of movement?
and he'll be
Oh my
and he'll
god.
continue pushing the oven back.
I can't stand it. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Well, time to hurt, and he'll just push the oven. Like, I deserve this.
Captain Armstrong.
Leighton, how are you, my friend?
Good, how are you?
Yes, the pirate dads.
Oh, hanging in there as he chugs some rum in desperation to keep the buzz he had from Shen's drink going.
Aye. A word, if you don't mind.
Of course. Well,
Here we go away from the ship, just to
Yeah.
different location. You know,
what's on your mind, friend?
things have been moving quite fast since we arrived back from the battle with the War Master. I'm a little concerned about Kyron, the new crewmate.
Oh, what about her?
She seems to be a bit agitated. I think going to the Astral and all this chaoticness may have made her feel uneasy about joining us, and well, I am no parent. Maybe you and I should go speak with her and figure out what's going on.
I do recall her being quite distraught about
the possibility of being stranded there in the astral veil.
Aye. We made it back, and yet she hasn't said a single word to anyone yet.
This is true. It's very perceptive of you. We should keep her in good spirits.
Aye. I don't want to alarm her by giving her a talk, but we should do something.
Agreed.
Oh. You know, I think I have an idea.
Yes?
I'll be right back.
Yes, Captain Layton.
Are you all right? What are you doing?
I'm trying to get the oven downstairs so I can start cooking properly. I was only able to make one serving of the lobster. How am I supposed to feed a crew if I don't have an oven?
And then he slams it in frustration at that. And he looks down. He's flustered. His face is red. And then he just turns over to you, and he's like,
Sorry. Just got a lot on my mind.
That's totally fine. I understand. What can I do to help?
Well, what can I do to help you?
Well, right now, I need you to find the heartiest piece of that crab we defeated, and bread and whatever else you have. I need a feast plate, preferably for about 4 people.
Nicholas' red face becomes pale, and it just goes,
Captain, I just fed the final lobster piece that I cooked. To Luna!
It's okay. It's okay. Do you have anything at all?
Not at this moment. I mean, it'll take some time, but I could probably make something if I just could get some help with this damned oven.
as he's trying to shove it upstairs.
All right. Leighton single-handedly picks up the oven with one hand and just goes, all right, where do you want it?
Nicholas looks up for a second and just walks this way to show you where he needs to go with nothing else said. You would then...
Hello?
Yeah, no, he's like, this way. Like, come on, let's go. And so as you're like moving the oven, you move it, you lift it up, you move it downstairs, and you just... Alis, what are you doing at this point?
I think Alis is probably finishing up. He's about to leave. So probably because of timing, the second that he starts to leave the room, Leighton is walking by with this giant oven.
Right here, right this way. Like, Nicholas doesn't question it. He has no questions about whatsoever. And he's like, this way, please, right over here. And over in the kitchen area where you keep all the food stuff, you see he's cleared out an open area specifically for the oven.
He goes, oh, just place it right there. Right there, please.
All right, here we go.
As the oven slams down to the ground, Nicholas's eyes light up as you see a smile, just a happiness over his face, and he'll pat Leighton on the back.
I'm gonna make you such a feast.
And at that point, he begins getting logs and begins to light up the oven as he starts getting all the pots and pans and all the preserved lobsters. He's like, this is gonna take some time, an hour, but oh, you're going to appreciate this.
Leighton laughs and like gives the same pat back to Nicholas, but realizes he's like 3 times the size and like accidentally shoves him.
Yeah, you'll shove him against the oven, and yeah, he'll kind of like give you a thumbs up.
Aye. Ahem! Crew of the Misdemeanor! I demand that we have a dinner very soon.
Kyron definitely perks up. Perks up a little bit. She's tired of gray slop. She's tired of coconuts. She's like, feast? Dinner?
Aye. A feast to celebrate our new crewmate Shen and the potential dealings of taking down Ironside.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Leighton gives a smirk and a wink to Armstrong. Dinner will be served whenever Nicholas decides it's served.
Hour. Give me an hour.
An hour. In an hour, we all meet up and feast.
Kyron kind of shifts a little bit and decides to stay. If only because she'll get fed.
So as the food is cooking, and Wood Dome has begun working on this project, cursing under his breath at what even is this? As he just continues just working, Nicholas is cooking the food. Luna, where are you, Luna? Are you back in your room?
I think I was trying to find Wood Gnome, so if he's downstairs.
You're helping him with the project?
Yeah.
Okay. And as everything is happening, you will see the portal activate and begin to light
Oh
up.
god.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh no, Kyron's right there. God damn.
Uh-oh. Armstrong.
Yeah, Armstrong pulls out his swords and heads down.
Yeah, Leighton's like the opposite side of Armstrong with his sword drawn as well.
Kyron backs up.
You see 4 silhouettes coming through the portal.
Gosh. Gobos.
Don't.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
No.
They appear to be small in stature.
No, my
No.
god.
Oh my
God, no.
Oh my god. No. Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, thank goodness.
My relief is large.
Everyone, I love that everyone panicked.
I was like, I don't see anyone else hiding in the chat getting ready to come in. I'm like, this is well disguised.
I
No
know.
problem.
Yeah, same here. I was
Yeah.
like, nobody's just sitting in another chat waiting. So I feel like it's not Gobos, but God, this could be like the biggest play ever.
Leighton. These are the things. This is the robots from before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
you really wanted.
Greetings, Armstrong. Is this IO?
That's really loud.
School property!
Oh
School
my
property! We get one! We get
This
a
be
school
IO.
property!
What are you doing here?
We're here to go ahead and establish the fall base for the Astral Academy, as agreed per your contract.
The what?
What?
Yes, that's right. You agreed to face off against Cosmokara, so we want to make sure that we have a stabilized location for you to return when the time has come.
Aye, so you're saying that this is our return portal if we need to go back to the astral realm.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll be getting the bloody hell out of here.
No, we have to protect the portal.
Hmm.
So you mean to tell me that you four are going to protect this portal?
Oh no, we're the construction crew.
Construction crew? What are you building?
Oh, you know, stabilizers around the portal, and also insurances that we have the other drones appear from the inevitable, so that they are able to protect this location. Don't want anyone intruding us in the Vale.
If you'll notice, the quaint little cottage here on your left, or your right, whichever way, to the east, I ask that you do not interfere with its construction. Don't be destroying me home now.
Processing. Okay, come over here real quick. Let me see if we can. Yeah, we can go ahead and keep this up.
I'm not asking, damn it all. You're keeping it up.
Okay.
It's just like, all right.
I
Did we
don't
move
trust
a
these
wall?
motherfuckers at all.
No moving anything. No. The only thing you're moving is yourselves
Move the portal!
No, this is where the portal's gonna stay. Sorry about the inconvenience. We'll probably have to move this, though.
Points at the misdemeanor.
Do not touch the ship.
You lay one hand on her and we're going to war.
Wait, what are they above board? What are they building? What are they here for?
All they said is they're gonna build around the portals to make sure that it's stabilized. You don't know what they're building.
Oh, okay. I missed that. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
I tried to do an inside check to see like if that's actually what they're doing, but
Oh, like if they're you don't sense any deceit from them.
okay.
Kyron hates this. Kyron
Continue,
hates this a lot.
continue with what you're doing. Don't mind us.
And you just begin immediately. This one literally begins to like materialize like metal over in these spots, and you just hear.
Armstrong's gonna go inside his house and get all of his precious heirlooms and things of sentimental value.
What's
and
going
the good
on?
rum.
What's going on? What's going on out there?
There be some sort of construct supposedly needing to set up some sort of who knows what in order to keep this here portal running.
Oh.
And you just kind of hear.
Mind the building and also the ship.
What did he say about the building?
Mind the building and also the ship. Like mind it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Also, none of you will hurt any of our crew. Understood?
Yeah. Obviously, you're part of the contract.
I will. Doesn't help. It doesn't hurt anyone to remind you.
We don't need reminders. We're perfect. You're the one that needs reminders.
Ooh. Oh, I would be careful with your next words, robot friend.
All right.
Alis, what are you doing?
Aylis just heard the commotion and came over to just kind of like lean over the side of the ship and watch.
And yeah, so they're just gonna go ahead and just begin their work over at that point.
Don't like it.
I wish they could tell us when they're coming. This is very intrusive.
It's going to be quite conspicuous, don't you think?
I am 10 feet away from me cottage.
We won't touch the cottage. You made that point quite clear.
And the one that you were talking to, this one over there, looks over to Leighton.
See, this is why you need the reminders.
I hate these things.
Leighton throws a mortal like in the sand to the left of the robot. To how do I do the click thing?
Oh, hold
You just
the
click hold.
yeah, you just hold the mouse.
Yeah, like right here, he throws the mortal.
Mm-hmm.
That's a warning.
You throw
That
it.
is a warning. Sorry.
Go on. No, go on.
Same. Oops, I missed.
He'll look up to you
You dropped that.
and continues to work.
Leighton summons a mortal back into his hands.
Yeah.
It's too early for this crap.
All right. We will cooperate, but on the condition that you set up some sort of defensive perimeter for the portal.
That's what we're doing.
And that includes surrounding vicinity, including this here cottage.
Yeah. Okay.
All right then.
Leighton whispers to Alis, "I think we may have found something worse than wood gnome."
They are insufferable, aren't they? That's me saying that.
We're not insufferable. We're inevitable.
You can be both. He'll yell over the side of the ship. But
Yeah, go
before
on.
he came to the side of the boat, he was writing new journal entries, but he's learned his lesson and is now writing it in a completely different language.
Oh, nice. What language?
He's not writing it in common anymore.
Let me explain something to you here, school property.
Yes?
Setting all this up right here is going to draw so much unnecessary attention. And if I become compromised, then one of your valuable warriors becomes compromised. And that's why you need to keep people away from this here shack.
Right, we agreed to that.
Just making sure it's clear.
Yeah, they need reminders a lot. Yeah.
I'll remind you out of mother. Armstrong's just angrily muttering to himself.
So what do you do for the next hour?
Good question.
Are you just relaxing, or are you preparing anything, or?
Alis would just be chilling, I think. If they're gonna be eating soon, I assume everybody's just like waiting for food. Yeah.
Waiting for some food. Yeah. All right. So before that happens, why don't we take a little bathroom break?
Awesome.
Okay.
Great.
We'll be back in 5 minutes. I'll see you guys then. Go to the restroom, chat. Just go to the restroom and go to the restroom. And I don't have anything else. I thought there was more song to that, but it was just go to the restroom over and over and over and over and over and over. We'll be back. We're gonna play some ads for the non-subs, and thank you to everyone who has subscribed and gifted subs. I'll thank you guys once I get back. See you all in a moment. Hello. All right. Everyone unmuting.
Yeah,
Hello.
Oh. Hello.
Hello.
What are you laughing about? What are you guys talking about? Ears. What's
We're
going
having
on
fun
here?
over here, okay?
Wait, what's going on? Huh?
We're having fun.
Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll allow it. I'll allow the fun.
We're talking crap.
For fun.
All right. So if nothing else is happening during the hour, I would say that as they've continued to begin their construction, they're kind of just like surveying the area right now. Oh boy, this might come out very dramatic, but I'm okay with it. Let me see.
No.
What? Not in a bad way. Let me see real quick. Yes. So, what is? Yeah. Is anyone doing anything particular over the next hour?
No, Kyron's out here glaring at these robots and the portal.
I mean, for as long as they're doing that, Armstrong is watching them like a hawk.
An aroma will go up the stairs of
Big sniff.
lobster and toast and salted lobster and butter and bread.
Big sniff. Big sniff.
As you will see, Nicholas walk up with a giant lobster platter enough to feed an entire crew. Crew of the
young Nicholas.
He holds up the dining plate triumphantly and says, "Crew, your meal is served." And he holds up the plate of all this lobster that he's made. And then he's like, "Captain, can you move a barrel over so I can put this down and we can all eat?" As he's straining to hold the plate up right now.
Which barrel do you need moved?
I mean, the biggest one. It doesn't matter. Just go if you can. It's getting really heavy. He looks up triumphantly to his audience. His audience at this point, only Kyron is just, what's Kyron doing?
Kyron has definitely perked up. Her eyes are sparkling. Her leg is no longer in the water. She's moseying over, careful to go very far around.
Yeah.
The little robots, and she hops on the ship.
Yeah, Nicholas's arms are straining as he's waiting for Armstrong to move it, and he's like, "What are all these little things that are all around the beach?"
Don't worry about those. They're just nuisances.
Okay, how's that barrel coming along?
Kyron's grabby handsing up at it.
He's not ready. He's like stepping off to the side while he's holding up the plate. We need to put it down for the crew. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Grab hands.
Move the barrel. I
Captain,
moved the
Captain, can't hold it for much longer, Captain.
Which barrel does he need moved?
No, you're moving the big barrel. Yeah,
Okay,
so you're
okay.
dragging the big barrel over, and he's just holding. He's like, Captain, because Kyron's like going up trying to grab the food.
Grabby hands.
Let me know when you've moved the barrel.
Tiptoes.
I've moved the barrel. Do I need to make a check?
No, you don't. You can just drag it over and you place the barrel down, and then he takes his deep breath and goes, "Crew, dinner is served," and places the plate down of this giant lobster meal, and then just takes a big sigh of relief, happy that he didn't drop any of the food.
Kyron chomps it.
Like, just goes in, and Nicholas will then just move over and just watch and observe.
Nicholas, get in there and enjoy your own handiwork.
He holds his hands out, and he goes, "No, Captain. A chef eats last."
He must
We'll
make
be
sure.
to save you a plate.
He must make sure that all of his patrons are properly fed.
You betcha, bread boy! And she will continue to chomp.
It is the one time Nicholas has said something confident. You feel like.
Aw.
Nice.
Wholesome.
What does everybody do?
Eat.
Digging in.
Oh,
Leighton grabs a plate to give to Shen.
Are there plates?
Yeah,
Kyron's
they're-
not using the plate.
there would be plates. It's like a dinner. It's like a platter with a variety of plates that Nicholas would have
If
also brought
Kyron
up.
is like anime style, just shoveling food into her mouth, Ayla is
Yeah.
probably
Oh,
like,
thank you.
leave some for everyone else.
I enjoy.
He'll nod and begin to slowly eat. The lobster itself is cooked to such a tender perfection, it almost melts in your mouth with the butter. Salted and peppered properly, with a little bit of that spice that you don't think you've had too much of. Perhaps garlic? The butter and lobster sinks well into the stale toast that he has cooked himself over the oven, giving it a nice crunch and a satisfactory palate as it properly feeds everybody that eats it.
Do we get to heal from the food by chance?
So, first of all, before I answer that question, what's everyone doing?
Eating.
Eating.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No plates, just shovel.
Yeah.
Fistfuls
I
of
think Luna
food.
tries to bring Wood Gnome upstairs because I think they're working.
Yeah.
And Luna's like, Wood Gnome, it's been a while since you've eaten, right?
Yeah. You know, I was promised a dog and never got one.
So there's this other kind of meat. It's not dog, but I hear it's much better.
Move
than
over,
dog.
bread boy. He shoves over, grabs a plate, looks around, gives a nod, but not really, and then goes back downstairs with the food.
Couldn't you
Never
make the
understand
lobster
that.
taste like dog?
Oh, I
Kyron
could.
probably.
You would have to know what the flavor of dog is to do that.
Oh god damn
for
it!
real?
You're gonna need to take one for the team and eat a dog,
I think I have tried
so that we can keep
dog,
Wood Gnome happy.
because I think that the goblins probably. I
Oh,
mean, they just would bring back
yeah.
huge plates of mystery meat and twigs, and
But
so
we-
Luna doesn't not
but you-
think she.
Yeah, so you could go ahead and make the flavor palette that, and hope that was dog. But yeah, if you don't know what it was, it might be a little risky.
She at least knows what wolf tastes like.
That's true.
Wood Gnome doesn't like wolf though.
That's true.
Said it's
Not
too
that I know
doomed.
how different wolf and dog taste.
So, as you begin to consume the plates of food and finish up, your bellies are. Oh, go on.
No, sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, your bellies are full, and the meal was hearty. And Nicholas gives a nod and says,
I call it hearty lobster on toast.
For the next 8 hours, everyone's constitution score is temporarily a 19.
Whoa! Awesome.
So you're able to place
That's
that
pretty
in the override.
nice.
Yeah. As he then gives a nod and he goes,
Well, what do you think?
3 cheers for Nicholas.
and is at that
Apparently
point,
Alis
eight,
is,
it has a
Alis
shellfish allergy.
poisoned, Yeah.
Yeah. It's at that point Alis realizes he has a shellfish allergy.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all
Trying
right.
to figure out how to do the override.
Yeah,
Alis will make eye contact with Nicholas and say, "It's really quite delicious. Worth all of that extra effort." Like pointedly looking at him.
He will give you a Chiron-like grin and said, "Glad you think so."
He'll smirk back and like go sit at the bottom of the stairs and eat the rest of his food.
Luna's kind of curious, like in working on the project. She wants to ask Alis if there's any kind of like symbol that he likes, like, I don't know, like a family crest or something from school, or some marking on a book that he's partial to.
Do you wanna come hang out with him at the bottom of the steps?
Hey, you want to
Alis.
sit over at my lunch table?
You wanna? I'll come here. I'll make room.
So Alis, I don't know how far you got at Academy, if you guys did any emblem work or anything like that, but one of the things that we would always do is mark our prized possessions with some kind of emblem. And people did all sorts of different things, you know, like family names or some kind of a magic symbol that they identified with. And I was just wondering if you had something like that.
Alis will look really conflicted. His eyes will kind of like dart to the side for a second, like he's thinking. And he'll clear his throat and say, "No, I never really got to work on anything like that."
Oh. Well,
What,
maybe it would be...
What are you asking for?
So we're almost done with the...
Already?
And I just thought it would be...
Hi, what? No.
Okay. Maybe we're not. We're in the midst of working on.
We're almost done with the
The
blueprints.
DM looks up and says, "Excuse me."
I mean,
This is
we're
going to be a
making
very
plans.
extensive project. Yeah.
That would have been
We're
tight. Alis
working
would have
on
been
the
like, "Holy
blueprint."
shit, we need to stop making fun of Wood Gnome. He's the real deal, goddamn."
So we're working on the blueprints for the book rotating machine, and I thought it would be kind of fun to, I don't know, maybe see if you wanted to co-design something like that, like an emblem that you could put on all of your possessions that help you with learning and studies and magical things. I could help you pick something.
Oh. He'll, he kind of smiles a little bit and looks at the ground and thinks again and looks back at her and says, "Yes, I would like that."
So Luna decides she's gonna show a quick picture. See. So she kind of holds up, like on one of her arm braces. She turns it over to the side and kind of shows him and says, like, "See this marking right here? I didn't really want to use our family name, and so instead, my cousin actually, Maylira, many years ago, helped me pick out this image here. It represents the ice dragons, and that's my lineage, so I thought it would be nice to make something. So you could do something related to your magic, something that's special to you, anything really, just something that's meaningful."
It's beautiful. Yours is.
Thank you.
I don't really have any sort of family imagery or anything like that, but I'll...
Do you not know your family? I mean, were you... so above board, does Luna know anything? Has Alis talked with them
No,
about...
Armstrong's the only one who knows.
Oh. Let's see. Okay.
But I mean, I think that it would... I don't think that would be a weird question to ask.
Okay.
In response to that, if he's like, "I don't have any family anything."
Let's see.
If she like starts to ask and then fumbles a little bit, Alis will probably like take pity on her and like interject and say, "No, I never really knew my parents at all."
Oh, I see.
It's honestly, it's fine. But I'll think on what I could use. Or
To tell you
symbols that mean something to me, I suppose.
Hmm. Yeah. To tell you the truth, even though I had parents for the first part of my life, I didn't really know them very well either. I think that's why I chose a symbol that, I guess, meant something to me in a different way. So I'm sure you'll be able to find something.
He'll nod. So, you know, when I grew up, everyone were followers of Theo. There was a lot of emphasis on adapting and becoming new, becoming a better version of yourself with every new experience.
Mhm.
And so I think over time, I've become very comfortable with leaving the past behind in some ways, although I don't know. I'm not sure what I would want to use, or whether I don't really want to utilize anything from my past.
Could always go with the quill. It can be anything.
He'll look up. You're right, I could just use the quill.
Poggers.
Oh, that's not very creative, is it? Oh, but the quill is so
No.
nice.
You write your own future. I love it. That's great. It's so
Aye,
out.
boy.
Ew.
Do what you want, boy.
How long have you been listening?
He's always listening.
I'm always listening.
He stands in the background, arms crossed, nodding afferently.
Mhm. Do what you want, boy.
Taylor just jumps out of his own skin.
Don't be afraid to make life of what you want it to be.
I
I
think it's beautiful.
I love the idea, like at the canon, like Leighton's been listening the entire time, like nodding, like yes, like a proud father.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
I can't
also
smother him
love-
too. I can't
speaking
smother him
of-
too much. I gotta be respectful.
I also love, speaking of the fact that Armstrong is the only one who's been told straight up to this point that Alis like doesn't have parents. I love that really early on Leighton was like, "You're my child now." Like he could have had a huge family to go back home to, and Leighton was like, "No, you're my kid now." So good. Alis will nod. Yeah, he likes that. It's like
Luna
really
kinda-
obvious how much he likes that idea.
Luna points to her emblem again and she says, "The reason I chose the silver dragon is because silver dragons, they're kind of iridescent, and as such, they can appear to be different colors and different lights. And I always like to sort of think of that as like a strength, like being able to change and adapt. And throughout my life, I've been in a lot of circumstances that I think a lot of other elves, especially in my particular family, wouldn't have approved of. You know, they wouldn't have been able to handle it. They would have thought it was beneath them, or it just wouldn't have worked, you know. And I feel like something that has gotten me through a lot is being able to adapt. And so that's why I chose this symbol. And I think for you, choosing a symbol that, you know, matches so much with what you've already experienced, like you're writing your own future. How many other people do you know that have crash landed on a pirate ship, casting some sort of lightning or storm spell, and then just rolled with a bunch of pirates like us for a long time? You write your own future. I like that.
He'll nod. And he'll look a little sheepish, like he feels like he's being like praised too much.
This
All right.
still staring.
We'll go with that then. Yeah, he'll look over his shoulder and be like, "Oh, go on, find something else to do, will you?"
Mhm. Like nodding.
All right then. Thank you. I think that'll have to. We'll figure out a way to work that into and put the emblem.
All right. Thank you, Luna.
So during this time, is anyone else doing anything? You just kind of see Nicholas. He's just holding his bandana, like wringing it in his hands, hoping everyone's enjoying the meal.
Armstrong gets uncomfortably close to Kyron while she's eating, and it's just like, so.
Karen looks at him with a mouthful of food, and she's just like, "Whoa."
Are we pleased? Are we still regretting joining this here crew?
She's gonna sputter. Just a rain of lobster comes out of her mouth as she chokes. Who said anything about that?
That's what I like to hear.
She looks a little unsettled, but she also takes just a teeny tiny step away. She feels encroached upon.
As you should.
And as you step away, there's Leighton, arms crossed, nodding.
Dude, these captains.
Too much attention.
What was she thinking about leaving?
Nicholas will say out loud.
Oh, of course not.
Nicholas will smirk.
We're gonna need more food.
We need plenty more food.
Sorry to disappoint, bread boy. And she's gonna shove another handful in her mouth.
Nothing more flattering than someone eating their food, I suppose.
By the time we're done, we're gonna need our own ship filled with just supplies for Kyron's appetite.
Okay, she's definitely like, if she was thinking about jumping ship, this is definitely helping to get her around that corner because she's never been this well fed in a very long time. She has not been so belly stuffed, and now that there is a cook that is like, yeah, let us continue feeding her.
Yeah.
She's like, well, maybe Space Baby is worth this. We'll see.
Nicholas nods like,
Space baby.
Leighton like chokes on his food a little bit and just realizes, he like aside from Space Baby, it's like, oh crap, Ironside. Like we had plans to move and we haven't moved yet, and just like panic just set in. It's like
The statue, too.
yeah. All right, crew. Now that we're all being well fed, it's time to talk of our future. We have two large problems to handle. One is our own, and the other is... Leighton like looks up to the sky. Beyond our reach. And while one we can't really handle now, the other is right upon us. He looks at Armstrong. We must take down Ironside.
Aye. It's time we got this mission underway.
Aye. With Shen on our side, and our new crewmate that we've established at the bar, I feel confident in our chances.
It's Ushwin.
Thank you. I too many
You're welcome.
Hopefully we're a bit ahead of schedule. Thanks to that crazy interdimensional time difference.
Shen will walk out with a robe with a hood around his hat, and just says,
Well, what are we waiting for?
Aye, Shen. One moment. You might need this. And like Leighton runs over to a barrel, opens it up, and pulls out a very large pirate hat with a feather that will help shield his eyes from the sun.
Oh.
We should have a barrel of pirate hats.
You're going to need this if you're going to have to adjust to the sun.
Shen will lower the hood on his robe and put on the pirate hat. And he feels the feather, up into the air. He'll point it up, and he'll nod. And you'll see him, cross his arms and crack his neck around. He'll just be like,
Already feeling better. The hat's a bit heavy, but I suppose that I'll adjust. So,
pounds his hand.
Who we fighting?
There be this scallywag, Captain Ironside. Thinks he's the hottest thing to ever sail Io's seas. Well, we're gonna show him a thing or two about real pirates.
We recently went on a little bit of a trip. And while we were gone, Captain Ironside here took over this island. He made it his own estate, if you will. And while people are claiming that he's leaving it alone to conquer other lands, I have a feeling he's just going to spread and grow his army. We must stop him before he reaches global naval dominance.
An oppressor? Well then, let's knock him down a couple of pegs.
Aye. You, beings, robots, school property, whatever you are.
What's up?
We're,
It's weird.
if we leave you alone, you'll be fine. You're not going to destroy our house or anything.
This memory is very bad. Yes, we're going to go ahead and build a defensive perimeter around the house and the portal. We won't touch the house. We won't touch the ship. Everything's going to be fine and dandy.
Aye. Layden kind of looks at Armstrong shifty-eyed. Do you want some rum? Will that help with the sun?
You saying that Armstrong or Shen?
No, I'm looking at the robots.
Yeah.
Do you want
Rob.
something to drink to help with? Because you're working, so I'm like,
No.
Can we help the robot? Oh, all right. Can't say I didn't offer.
You'll see Nicholas look forward to Leighton and look back to Luna. And we'll put his bandana, wrapping it around tight around his head. And he'll nod and say,
Well, if you're going after Ironside, you'll have me at your side.
looks at Luna and looks back at Leighton. the quickest glance.
Aye. All right, Miss Demeanor. He looks at Captain Armstrong. We have our orders.
Kyron's gonna wipe her hands on her shirt and her pants because she's done eating, and she's gonna let out a big, hearty belch. And
Nicholas
Just
will
kind
nod,
of-
the kindest compliment to give a chef.
Well, this stuff I can handle. If we need to defend this ship, I'm not letting Bread Boy die. He's the only thing keeping me here.
Nicholas will nod
the
and then
spirit.
stop out of fear. What?
Now you're fine, boy. We are to lead the people to freedom. And we will do it. And then after that, Nathan looks back into the sky. Space baby.
Yes, space baby though. About this again.
Worry, Nicholas. You're free of any space baby obligations.
Aye.
Probably for the best.
Obligations.
Probably for the best.
We don't want them.
Sorry?
You got something to say over there?
Our apologies. We shall resume work.
No. You seem to be comfortable saying things. What did you just say to us?
He's not part of the contract. We don't want him.
Ooh.
Well, we're lost.
Fair enough. He doesn't want to fight anyway.
It's not that I can't fight. It's just that, I just prefer not to.
Oh, we've seen him fight.
We have the baker's dozen, baby.
Leighton, is holding a rope and leaning off the ship. As a reminder, our contract states you will not hurt any crew of the Misdemeanor, regardless of their status as warrior or bread maker.
Yeah, boy. Get it together.
They look at each other again and just...
Processing lack of memory. You got it.
Great. No one ever reads the fine print. And he leans over to Armstrong. I'm a simple man. I know words. I know contracts. I just no one read them and understand.
All right, I feel like we're getting really off track here. So, how much time do we have left? And what is the plan?
Yeah, I was going to ask above game, where are we at with Ushwin's timeline? Because he had
the timeline.
He had a plan.
The timeline's moving forward. They're going to be striking the fortress in a few hours, with the sign literally being the ships exploding that have been rigged to explode from gun barrels. You can either go through the jungle on foot, in which case you'll be arriving right when the assault happens, or you can sail the Misdemeanor out, and then when the assault happens, bring her into the beach. Will probably be the two best options. But either way, you are to meet Ushwin and their crew on the beach. So it's up to you how you'd like to handle that.
Well, the ship is more conspicuous, yeah.
Just
That's the biggest issue.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
And their biggest strength would be their navy, so coming in on a ship would probably be at risk of
That's true. We
big
do
old
know there's a
ship
lot of
battle.
ships involved. Although the ships are
Yeah.
going to blow up, fingies crossed.
Fingers crossed.
But out of character. I didn't say that.
Fingers crossed.
Yes. It's quite a poggers plan. Do we know how long it would take for us to get through?
By the
forest.
Yeah, by the time you would arrive, the assault would just be going off, or it will have been going off for the beginning of it. So when you arrive, you'll be in the thick of it, is essentially what it's going to be.
Gotcha.
Is Ironside's fortress is on an island, though, right?
It's on this island, on the other side of the north.
Oh, okay.
It's an old fort that has been left abandoned for quite some time that Ironside is now occupying.
I want to take the ship, but I'm wondering if that's the best option. Because we don't. Okay, one thing to consider is if we go through the jungle, we could encounter stuff that will weaken us.
Yeah.
Yes, that's very true.
Whereas if we take the ship and we just meet them, because we would just be meeting them on the beach, right?
Correct.
What if we distracted them and attacked them from behind the ship?
The only issue with that is that Ushwin, we are essentially joining in on a pre-existing plan.
Aye. Okay.
I'd also be kind of concerned about just the ship being compromised if we move it from here.
It's safe here.
And this ship's always compromised.
That's also true. This ship has been in some suspicious hands.
Exactly. So it's just what if it gets suspicious handed again with our bread boy? Question mark.
That's true.
Okay, yeah, you're
very
trying to
true.
protect the food source.
Yeah.
Well, he's
in
coming.
character.
Well, he's coming with you guys, so.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
Boreto boy.
It's against Ironside, so he's down.
I mean, if we sail up during the commotion, I feel like, well, we'll have our asses covered. Like, while everything's exploding,
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming.
Well, it also not that I want to go in there and say like, oh, well, the symbolism for the pirates is what it's about. It might mean a lot to the people who are in battle currently that like we show up like, you know, ride to glory kind of thing to help support them. It may not be the
No, you're
smartest
right,
move.
though.
It might not be the smartest move, but it might be the inspiring move that, considering that we just like inspired a bunch of strangers to go to war with us, it would really
Yeah.
suck if we like acted like cowards and didn't like live up to
Sure.
our word of fighting the rebellion.
It's like giving a rallying speech and then not being at the front of the army.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, you were right
have
though.
Our flag flying all high,
Right.
whatever it is that's on our flag.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
A flag.
So what have you decided?
The ship, yeah.
Ship. Yeah.
Aye, we take the misdemeanor.
Aye, to battle we go.
Nicholas nods. Shen gives a smile. And next week on the misdemeanor, finally, the assault against Ironside.
I feel like we've heard that before.
I know.
Finally.
Well,
Okay,
So-
hold on a sec. Before we wrap up, just to make clear,
yes.
did you said we gained a level last
Yep.
week?
Yep.
Okay, I haven't
Oh, right.
I haven't redeemed it, but I think
Yeah,
I think
I haven't done that either.
Hunter did, based on my character
Yeah, I
sheet
did.
here. Gotcha. Okay.
What do we need to do when we gain a level? Just go back through our character sheet and then, like, do we pick another spell?
If you're free after the show, we can level up together since we're both sorcerers.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I'm down to do that too because
We can level up
I always get
together.
confused. And then Brett, just for your own notes,
Yes.
I still don't have the ring that was crafted implemented into my armor set, so I still have
Ring
my
of
armor class
protection.
is spo- Yeah,
Yeah.
my armor class is supposed to be 17, but it's still 15.
Yeah, let me go ahead and make a misdemeanor note. You add. Then yeah, Luna has an amulet. And add. Ring of protection. Is it plus? It's +2, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and add ring. Oh, that's right. I totally forgot. The ring of Cosmic Claw. So I had to make a quick adjustment to the ring of the Cosmic Claw. I had because I ended up making it a little too powerful. The regeneration effects do not go off if you are knocked unconscious. So, because originally the way it was before, it was you get knocked unconscious, it heals you for 10, you get back up. So for a minute, you're just like, you can't die unless someone is like pelting you with a bunch of bullets. It still has the 10 healing per turn for a minute. But if you get knocked unconscious, the healing does not go off and the effect stops.
Okay.
Sound good to everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Just want to make sure. All right. I'll make those notes so that we can add all of that. In the meanwhile, though, since we wrapped up, I've got fan art for everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Lots of fan art today.
All right, because last week we didn't do it.
But also, there we go. I'm just going to go ahead and get that all set up right now. Yeah, lots of fan art today. But all in all, a good session today, guys. Thank you so much. I'm always down for RP sessions. I didn't think we were doing that another one today, but I'm glad you guys did.
Yeah.
That was nice.
think
That was
We got a lot to get out of our system.
hey,
A little bit of processing.
hey, it's this is your story. You tell it the way you want to tell it, you know?
Tits.
And hey, I thought we were getting goblins, so you know that.
I think we're really
For better or for worse, I thought the day was going to go way different.
Yeah. Let's go and check out some fan art today, shall we? We got Hat Stash over here.
Wonderful.
Apparently, the misdemeanor has a barrel of hats.
Get it now.
Yeah. Next is this lovely comic. Oh my god, this is so look at this.
Oh, stop. That's so cute.
Oh my god.
I'm also liking the little mustache speckles that
Me
Alis is
too.
getting.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I love that so
That
much.
is really cute.
This Kyron face over here is coming in. It's wonderful. So I don't know if we ever showed this. Someone a while ago drew immortality. So like how they would imagine it.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're getting Master Sword vibes right there.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Here's an image of Kyron trying to get the food. Gimme.
Yes.
We're perfect, floating around in this one. This is when Luna hugs Nicholas over here,
Oh my god.
and he's just like, oh, and then
oh my.
and then he goes in for the hug. He
Oh.
good wholesome moment right there.
I love that. Oh my god.
Pirate viewers, they love the wholesome shit, dude.
The pirate viewers love wholesome.
So do we. We love the wholesome shit too.
I feel like the pirates come in and they're just like yar har har, and then a wholesome thing happens. They're like, wait, I wasn't ready for this. Wait, hold on. The wholesome
Wait,
barrier wasn't up. I wasn't ready,
for
dude.
Yo-hos, not boo-hoos.
Got some Scrum art over here. This seems to be the general look of what Scrum is, which I absolutely adore. We got to get like actual Scrum art in here because I'm liking this look that everyone's been going for. A lot of the times, what I really love about the fan art segment is I discover things about NPCs where I'm like, oh yeah, that would be how I would imagine it too, and then it just becomes canon, and that's how they appear. It's happened in a lot of campaigns, so yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you, fan artists. Fartists.
Thank you, artist.
Thank you, fartists. Appreciate it. This was from last week's episode where Alis is so proud.
Toxicity Club. She's coming
Toxic
around.
bros.
I promise she'll come out of that toxic mode soon.
Leighton, they ask you how you feel, and you say that you're fine, but you're not really fine.
Fucking
Oh
Wood Gnome
my
never
God.
gets a break.
Yeah.
Poor Wood Gnome.
Oh yeah, it's Woodham. Yeah. It's just, oh my gosh, so much. There's so much. I thought this was Leighton for a second because of the hair and the beard. But yeah, that is
the eye
Woodham.
patch.
The eye patch is what does it. You're absolutely right. Now
I don't have an eye patch.
I can imagine Leighton with an eye patch. Oh, how to
Maybe
negotiate?
when he's older.
How to negotiate like a pirate?
Oh.
Oh my
good.
god, Luna's showing up and immediately being like, "Do you like Anvil?"
That was perfect.
So silly. I loved
That's
it.
a Weevil Anvil.
It's a
Look at
Level
that, that's
Anvil, yeah.
cute.
This is from also last week. Well, actually, you'll wait here.
Actually.
Sassy little robots. Yeah.
These little fuckos.
And yeah, this is from a while ago. I think he's being sarcastic.
Oh my god.
The guy in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
I think that's my favorite drawing of Leighton so far.
oh, this look.
Just,
All right, well, guys, thank you once again for misdemeanor. How did Friday feel for you guys? Doing a misdemeanor on Friday and not Saturday. It's
Good.
He's
yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Great.
it's
Very good.
wild.
Not bad.
yeah, feeling
shout out
cozy.
to everybody who said that they're sad because of Switch days, but also shout out to everybody who was like, "Oh my god, I've never been able to watch it live, and now I can." So
Yeah.
There's
Right,
positives and
yeah.
negatives.
Big shout outs to everybody, and as always,
Shout outs to everybody.
we'll everything will still be uploaded to the YouTube channel, which you guys really appreciate and love that as well. So if for I if this was an inconvenience, I'm sorry, but I'm also happy that you guys are really excited we switched this day, and I am as well. So thank you guys again. Y'all are great. And then next week, something about Misdemeanor, and like next week, you guys are going to Crockask, baby, and it's like 5 episodes. Like next week, Crockask, baby. So
Next week, we're definitely gonna fight Ironside.
yeah, next week, Ironside.
Next week, we about kick off the ship's movement towards
You guys are
Ironside.
sailing to Ironside and have a 3-hour RP session about approaching to Ironside.
We sailed
How
in
we
real
ended
time.
back at the ziggurat again.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh.
A ziggurat appears. And it's like, come on, let's go.
Can't resist the ziggurat.
Yeah. Well,
Somebody said next week is a break. Is it?
no, that is incorrect.
Okay. I was gonna say I don't
Wrong,
remember any of us
chat.
saying we couldn't
Yeah.
make it.
So
Rumors.
I will not talk about breaks until the break happens, literally the next week, because chat does have a tendency to hear break and be like, oh yeah, so we're just like off like forever, right? Until the break actually happens. But no, we are still scheduled for next week as normal. So
Yay.
next week and the week after will still be D&D. So thank you. Oh, wait. Yes. Hold up. No, they're right,
Oh.
Dodger. You're
Oh my
subathon.
god, it's my subathon next week. Oh.
Wow.
It's me.
Yeah.
I'm so proud.
Dodger.
I was like, I don't think we're off next week. And I was like giving Chat a hard time.
Like,
Dodger, you
really?
embarrassed
Who is it that isn't gonna be here next week? That's
Oh my
fucking
God,
wild.
Dodger,
It's me.
you've embarrassed me in front of all of chat. I'm like, chat, stop with these stupid rumors.
If it helps, I've embarrassed myself in front of both chat and my fellow players. So
Next week we will be taking so next week we will be. So the week after
Sorry,
we will
guys.
be.
don't laugh at Brett, laugh at me.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
sadness
I'm
is
the
immense,
one.
Dodger.
I'm
How could you get my hopes up
sorry.
like this?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay. I forgive you. So next week go to Dodgers. It's your first subathon, correct?
My first subathon ever, celebrating 10 years on Twitch.
Wow.
Oh my god.
That's impossible. That makes no sense to me. 10 years? That's crazy.
Dabs into the infinite.
It'll be my 10 in October.
That's
Isn't that
insane.
wild? Where
Yeah.
does the time go?
I'm
I'm sitting here like, has Twitch existed for 10 years?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say I'm gonna be 4 years in April. So you guys are like 10 years. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, if you type into a chat, like if you typed into Brett's chat right now and you hover over yourself, it should tell you like
How
when
long your account's
account
been
was
made?
How long?
Yeah.
How long
Yeah.
time?
Yeah. It looks like you've been Masae, you've been around for also over 10 years on Twitch.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, August 2010.
Maybe
Yeah,
like an
August
account,
2010.
'cause, Like,
Yeah.
I haven't streamed for even 2 years, but I think I made an account a long
Yeah, no, I
time ago to
definitely
help
have had an
me
account for a while, but I haven't streamed since then. Yeah, mine's what? 2009? Wait.
Whoa!
What? Okay, something's fucky. That is not. There is no way I created an account in 2009, June 2nd, 2009.
It might carry over if you made a
Justin
Justin TV
TV.
account.
I guess I did at some point. That's so weird. What? Well, all right then. Apparently, I'm celebrating in June my 12th anniversary. Oh my god! All right, yeah, it carries a. Yeah, wow. My world is shooketh. Well, I'm gonna go cry in a pillow now. Thank you guys
No,
so much.
same though.
Yeah,
We're gonna go level up. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you guys go level up. We'll see you all in a couple of weeks, and then the week after the 26th, we will also be off. So,
That actually works super well for me because I think I have
March
too many.
5th. Yeah, there you go. So March
What are
5th
you
will
gonna
also be
do
off.
for your subathon? I was like hearing about people's different goal things.
Oh gosh. So, some of my goals are I made a temporary ink box tattoo that says fart that I'm gonna put in a highly visible place.
Nice.
No.
Forehead.
Not forehead.
Okay.
Uh,
Less visible.
I'm gonna run a short Fate Accelerated campaign because I want to DM more.
Oh, that's fun.
Not during the actual subathon, but like as a goal.
Cool.
Right.
No, I
But like during the actual thing, since it's like my 10-year anniversary, I want to like really focus on that so that people don't feel like if they're not subbing, there's like nothing fun going on. So
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
yeah, so I want to like do some coffee giveaways and watch some of my like top viewed clips ever, and
Yeah.
have some of my buds on.
All your streamer
my friend-
fails.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch all of my streamer fails. Yeah, do some drawing with Danny, who's been my artist since the
Mhm.
before times, and
Wow.
yeah, just do some fun like reminiscing sort of stuff.
Well, that
that's
sounds
so fun.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, yeah, it should be fun. I'm excited. Although I turn into like a mega bitch around hour 20. So
Good to know. Good to know.
I'm planning to like not go beyond I really like sleeping, guys. Like I like it a lot.
Wow.
So,
Same? Question mark?
Yeah. So when I hit around hour 20, if I'm like, I'm doing a 24-hour stream, around hour 20 is when I'm like, fuck everybody. Fuck this. I'm out. I hate this. I want to sleep so bad.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So, okay. All right. Well, if you guys want to watch that, make sure you head on over next Friday.
Yeah. Come after hour 20. That's probably
Hour
when
after
it's
20
gonna be
sounds
first.
hilarious. Exactly.
So show up right at hour 20 to watch.
Yeah, right
the
at hour
match.
20. Yeah, see
And-
me
and-
crash face first
Yeah.
into shittiness.
Let Dodger know how much sleep that you've gotten, and yeah, we'll go from
brag
there.
about it.
Brag about it a lot.
I'll really like that.
I slept for 15 hours last night.
Oh my god.
All right, guys.
Where did the day go?
All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you all in a couple of weeks then.
Thanks,
It finally just hit me, and I'm looking down. All right, have a good one. Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
Brett.
Thank you.
Bye. All right. Well, that's it for today. I think you guys have a good time. You guys have a good session. That was good. That was fun as always. Fun as always. All right, guys. We're wrapping up for the day. Thank you again for hanging out. I will see you all. I'm going to do a second stream tonight. Probably in like 2 or 3 hours. I'm going to play some Final Fantasy 14. Everyone's going to be rolling for hit points, so you're going to be hearing that a lot. I'm going to play some Final Fantasy 14. It's my first playthrough in Final Fantasy 14. So we've been playing along with chat. It's been a lot of fun. I'm going to be doing my 3rd dungeon. And yeah, we're going to go with that. So if you guys want to come back, either 8 or 9 p.m. EST, it's Brutus Big Heart. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And we have a lot of good times trying to play through the storyline because I kind of blew through Realm Reborn. So I'm playing through that and actually trying to pay attention to the story. And then all the expansions I have never played. So it's so far been a really good journey. I think I'm around level 20, 22 or something like that as a gladiator. Brutus Big Heart, the male row. He's a cowboy paladin. And he says howdy a lot, and he tips his hat, and he has it's been a good time. So if you want to stop by and say howdy, I'd appreciate that. And then tomorrow, Saturday, we're gonna do a big Final Fantasy 14 stream, because we won't have D&D until Tuesday, so that'll be nice. That'll be a nice little break. So, yeah, if you want to stop by, I'd really appreciate it. Otherwise, next D&D session is Tuesday, 4 p.m. EST under IO. that's it for now. Thank you guys again for watching. Thanks to everyone who subbed. Plastic Pencil, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 6 months. Ice Battler gifting a sub. To Peter Ria, thank you so much. Avi with the looks like 3 gifted subs. Thank you again. Approach 93 gifting a sub. And 4 gifted subs from Avi. Ice Battler, thank you for gifting a sub as well. And yeah, thank you again for the sub. If you guys want to support the show, head on over to our Patreon. It helps me out tremendously. All the support on the Patreon goes back into helps go back into making art, logo art, music. Hopefully, gonna get some music pieces, custom music pieces for future sessions, like big battles and things like that. And it's got a lot of great stuff. And like I said, it allows me to focus on D&D as a profession. And allows me to do other things like Final Fantasy 14 streams without having to worry about what's the hot thing I got to stream today. So your support means the world. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I also want to give shout outs to our big Patreon sponsors because I just realized I haven't been doing that in a while. Whoopsie doodle. To Link's Armage, Dramavian, Lopar Panda, Baker Stange, The Hug Hunter, and Starter Pack. Thank you guys again for all your support. All right, guys, that's it for now. Thank you again. I will see you all the next time. Bye, 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 bye.